guys, and welcome back. And today I want to talk to you not about my Christmas tree that's in the background. Yes, it is still up. It'll be down before the end of March. But I want to talk to you guys about real talk, guys. Running errands with your children. Okay, your spectrum children. That is what I want to talk to you guys about today. And it is something that kind of came up. Went out last night with my daughter to run a quick errand that turned into a like 2 to 3 hour errand run. And by the end, even though we held it together, I could tell it was wearing on her, not just because of the length of time, that was definitely part of it, but also because we did not have a clear schedule of the places that we were going and the things that we were going to do. There was only one place that I really needed to go, and kind of halfway through our trip, some other things came up that we needed to take care of, and so we wind up backtracking, and that was a lot for her. That was a lot, not knowing, not having a concrete schedule of what to expect overwhelms her. So really, and I'm looking down, guys, because I have my notebook here with some notes on it. But like trying to find balance as a caregiver. I don't know if this is I'll title this Autism 101 or Life on the Spectrum or Confessions of a Spectrum Mom. But however I title it, know that this is real talk, and I want to share with you guys some of the things that I go through as the primary caregiver when I am running errands with my daughter. And it has been a long process to get to where we are right now. This was a year ago or 2 years ago. She probably would have laid out on the floor. Physically, she would have been on the floor, sliding on the floor. And that used to really frustrate me. Like, I just did not understand why she was making the behavior choices, or why the behavior was what it was. And I didn't understand, like, that was just her reaction to the overstimulation of the environment that she was in, guys. And so once I kind of realized that this is just her processing the environment and her reaction to it, it wasn't necessarily about her being willfully disobedient or exhibiting bad behavior. I started to kind of be more forgiving towards her, and I know the dude's in the background, guys. Y'all know the drill. Okay? He's 2. He is not going to sit quiet for mama to record. Okay? But with my daughter, giving her the freedom to self-cope in a non-threatening way when we are out in public, that is something I had to grow in. That is not something I was always understanding that she needed. But I feel like I still have a long way to go in that department in terms of understanding, in terms of patience, but I also feel like I have come a long way. There's certain stores that I would take her in that, 15, 20 minutes tops. Like, by the time we would hit 20 minutes, I would be ready to pull my hair out. And y'all see I keep my hair short. I would be ready to pull my hair out. She would be done. And we would both be so drained emotionally that we'd be done for the rest of the day. And who wants to live like that? Nobody. So, and the dude is coming over, but Hey, bud. So, that is something that we had to work on. And so what I've learned is, like, if it's a short errand, I can take her on a short errand. Short errands we can do. Um, Grocery shopping errands, even though that's a long errand, um, we can do it, but she has to stay in the cart. Like, she cannot physically be out walking around. That's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. But if I can keep her in the cart, or kind of the carts that have the little separate kitty seats, and then there's an additional cart on the front. If we can do that, then we're okay. But for her to be up and walking around with me, that's just not going to work. Like, she cannot be in a store for an hour and a half, but we can be in a place for 5 minutes. We can be in a place for 10, 15, 20 minutes tops, and she starts, getting, I wouldn't say agitated. That's definitely not the right word. But I can tell in her behavior, she definitely becomes overstimulated. And it's very difficult for her to reel it in. And so, there are times where I do not always desire to take her with me on errands, because I think as a parent, I still battle with me being a neurotypical parent and still having expectations of my child that are befitting of a neurotypical child. Okay? Guys, that's the real deal. I'm going to keep it real talk for you guys. And that is something that I struggle with. That is something that I 100% struggle with, my expectations as a parent towards my spectrum child. Now, yes, I still use the term spectrum child because we still do not know where we fall on the spectrum. We are in the process of getting our diagnosis. So hopefully by the end of March, we'll have that done. Yay. He would dump out all the toys while I'm recording, right? Okay. But the truth is, guys, I still battle with that mentality. And that's something that's been really difficult for me to let go of. And I think that adds to her anxiety when we go out, because I get easily frustrated. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And even though I might not say those words, I feel those words in my heart. And that's real. That's real, guys. It is definitely an adjustment as a caregiver, to my heart, an adjustment to my mind, to my mentality, to my expectations with my child. Like, how do we handle her in these certain situations? Now, I still want to be able to not keep her in the house. She does not need to be locked inside of a house 24/7, guys. Come on now. But sometimes my heart is not always to take her with me, because I feel like I am anticipating frustration. That's real, and I don't want to be frustrated. Sometimes I just want that freedom to go and to do what I desire to do. And that's not the case, guys. Come on. That's not the case. We are parents. We are loved ones. We are caregivers on the spectrum. We know. That's not always the case. And so it's finding, I'm looking at my notes if you wonder where I'm looking. It's finding that balance inside of me so I can help give her balance, guys. And that's where I am at. Now, yesterday, our trip out we started with the post office. And I'm going to insert some videos so you guys can kind of see. When I do take her out, I do try to make it a learning experience for her. I read a quote a while back from Temple Grandin, and I know I'm going to butcher the quote, but the essence of the quote was, we have to push our spectrum children out of their comfort zone if we ever want them to grow. Okay? You're not going to grow them. They're not going to achieve that potential that's locked inside of them if we do not push them out of their comfort zone. And I think that quote is so true for caregivers as well.
Is it a meow?
Yes, it's a meow. And so, as a parent, when I do take my daughter out on to run errands with me, I do try to make them learning experiences. We are starting to stay out longer and longer, just a little bit longer. In the beginning it was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, because that's the most that she could do. So we're up to 2 hours, guys. We're up to 2 hours. I think we have made progress in the last several years, but we still got a ways to go. But when I do take her out, I'm always asking questions, and I'm always repeating the questions that I ask. Not, to necessarily nag her, but I want to make sure that she gets it. So there are times when I'll ask a question, and then maybe I'll ask it again in a different way, just to make sure, that it's connecting upstairs. And that's not, trying to be disrespectful to who she is. That's trying to make sure it's working. Whatever is going on the inside, mommy's going to push it as best as mommy can to make sure that the next time she got it, that connection is quicker. That's the best way I can explain it, guys. That's the best way I can explain it. And so I'm asking questions about money. How much do we give them? How much is in your hand? How much change do we get back? Let's look at the coins. Let's look at the numbers on the bills. Like, how many? Let's count them up. Are you saying please? Are you saying thank you? Are you talking to the worker? What are they doing? Let's take a look. Okay. Can you describe to me what they're working on? Just push out of that comfort zone. Push to help increase their memory, help increase their knowledge, help them so when the next time we come and we're at the post office, we can say, well, what do we do at the post office? We deliver letters. We get postage. What's the postage? It's a stamp. Well, how much is it? Let's look. If I give them $1 for the stamp, how much change am I getting back? One of these days, by God's grace, our child will be independent. That is the goal, guys. That is our goal. And as much as sometimes I am frustrated with the extra work that goes into taking her with me when I'm running errands, guys, the truth of the matter is she has to be pushed. I have to take her with me because I have to get her to the place where she understands how to interact with people outside of the home and outside of the school. And that's the goal. And she's not going to learn those life skills in her bedroom playing with her doll babies. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So, I do want to share with you a couple quick little videos that I'll kind of merge together about our trip running errands. And she actually did really good. We were out for, I would say we were out for a good 2.5 hours yesterday. And I'm very proud of her. She asks 20 million and one questions, and that's kind of just life on the spectrum. But outside of asking so many questions, where are we going, 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 I don't even know where we're going. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. Once we got through that, for the most part, it was a positive experience, and I tried to allow her to be my helper. And I think by doing that, it's like, hey, can you help me find the purple, whatever, the gray, whatever, the blue, whatever. Why don't you look for and see what you can find? Like, by doing that, that is helping to kind of engage her into whatever errands that I'm running. And I see that that helps to minimize meltdowns. Hello? Who does not want meltdowns minimized on the spectrum? Right? Right? All right, guys. I know that was a lot. This is probably a little bit longer than I anticipated talking about, but I definitely wanted to share with you real talk of what it's like running errands, guys, with a child that's on the spectrum. It is not always hunky-dory, guys, but it can be a positive experience, but it definitely going to take time. It definitely going to take a lot of patience on the caregiver's part, and I'm speaking from personal experience, guys. I ain't trying to preach to you. I'm trying to share my journey, my struggles with you, because this is what it's like, guys. This is real life on the spectrum. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Y'all know what to do. All right, we'll see you on the flip side. Bye. Oh, well, you know what? Guess whose birthday's coming up?
Who is it?
Grandpa. And guess where we're going?
Grandpa, Grandpa's house.
No, we're not going to Grandpa and Grandma Shee's, but we are going to the post office to put Grandpa's birthday card in the mail to him.
And then where are we going?
Well, we'll probably run some more errands, and then we'll go home. Are you going to be my helper today?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is fantastic. All right, well, we're almost at the post office, okay? And what did we do at the post office?
We saw Scott.
We saw Mr. Scott, and what did Mr. Scott do for us?
Money.
He gave us money, but what else did he give us? What did he put on Grandpa's letter?
A stamp. It was a heart.
It was a heart stamp. Was that fun?
Mm-hmm.
So what is Mr. Scott going to do with our letter?
He's going to deliver it to Grandpa.
He's going to deliver our letter to Grandpa. So what do they do at the post office?
We get a postage.
You get postage, and then what?
We get errands.
You get who?
Errands.
We do errands. And what else do we do? What do the workers like Mr. Scott do at the post office?
They work really hard.
You know what? I think Mr. Scott does work really hard, and they help deliver packages, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so what's next?
Errands.
Errands. What kind of errands?
Walmart to get a toy.
I don't remember buying toys being on our errands list, okay?
I think Walmart's there.